Morning, everyone. So, how was your guys' CitizenCon? I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were some parts where I was a little bit disappointed, and I'm gonna start off and say that I was disappointed that they didn't mention the 600i more than like in passing, like hinting that it's getting a rework, which we already know. Um, I guess it's very possible that they could decide that we're going to let me get my light on, and I'll just put it on a little bit dim. There we go. A little bit warmer, not too bright. They mentioned the 600i in passing, and it is very possible that they're saving it for IAE or whatever. But I was expecting, at least in the ship show, that they were going to at least go over the concept art or give us a sneak peek or something. So hopefully that's IAE. I thought that they were that they hinted that they were going to be telling us about it in the I thought that they were going to be telling us about it in the last part, because I thought that they had hinted in a previous episode. They're like, oh well, in the next big event, or it might have been the one after, but I thought there was like a little event in between. So I could have been wrong on that. That's very possible. What are we reflecting? Oh, it's probably the sunlight above or whatever. Anyway, I tried to race yesterday. That didn't happen because, oh, hello, free helmet. Tried to race yesterday. It did not happen because as soon as I backed my STV off of the as soon as I backed my STV off of the back of the Cutlass, it blew up. So I was like, I did everything I could to get there on time. I ran down to the starting line. I actually had been in Crusader, so they're like, oh, I don't know if you'll make it on time. Ended up that one of the Carracks that was being a goalpost slash marker got removed. It like despawned while they were in it, so they had to go through a whole claim timer thing on that, fly it back down, and then it was unfortunate, but it took a little bit longer to get started. And then the stream went down. They had some technical difficulties and stuff, but my technical difficulty is that the new race car likes to blow up when it transitions. And so if you're going, like I was going super slow, I might have recorded it, I don't remember. But yeah, if you back up, it will, like, or you can be driving forward from snow to ice, or come off of a jump wrong, or back out of a Cutlass onto ice, and then it will pop. So that wasn't cool. But we're in the commons. We need to go to New Babbage Spaceport. Pretty sure it says Spaceport when you're at Spaceport. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. So it popped, so then I respawned back in Grimhex. Managed to walk out of the elevator without any issues. Fly all the way over. Again, this time in my 600i, because that's what I had available. And then got it all the way to, again, the starting line, and then right as I got there, it was about 9k away because I didn't want to park on the track. Right as basically as soon as I hit the starting line, realized I was going backwards, so I passed the first three people who passed the finish line, about 10k away from the starting line. going the opposite direction, and then I had to go pick up my partner. So I didn't race exactly, but I did start, so I just didn't finish. And there were a lot of people who didn't finish a ton. Like, out of the, I think, probably 60 racers, because there was probably about 20 support people. The server had like 75 or 80 people, I don't know. But out of like 60 racers, 5 finished, and that was because there were a lot of explosions. So I'm sure you can find streams of it. I know Space Tomato, Croncy, several others were streaming. Shoot, I forget who, one of the guys who was in the front for like 90% of the race in like the top 5 was streaming before he blew up. So there's going to be plenty of recordings, lots of footage and whatever. And several of the recording vehicles blew up, so it was a blast, literally and figuratively. There was a lot of cool people there taking part in the race, so great event put on, regardless of the fact that the new vehicles definitely need some sensitivity reworks. Maybe even like a mini god mode. I know that would be bad for long-term balance, but come on, people, it's a buggy. It shouldn't blow up if you touch the grass wrong. And like, this is after we'd been told, oh yeah, there are bugs where it can blow up, so just drive it really carefully. So everyone was already being pretty careful about touching stuff. But yeah, so that was the racing experience yesterday, and what I was disappointed about. What I was happy about, we got to see a lot of Chris yesterday. For people who are newer to the stream, no, not just the stream, for people who are newer to the game, might not understand how kind of a big deal, there we go, like seeing this amount of Chris has been, because he Chris hasn't been very active like in the last 2.5 years, and even before that it's been like a little bit here there, a short video, a note. And so was he like super tired? Did he talk a lot? Did he repeat himself? Go on and on and on and on and on. Sorry, Jared, that was amazing wrangling, by the way. Yeah, he did. But that's Chris. That's what we kind of always get whenever he's on camera, or especially on a stream where let's see, hello buddy, talking and acting at the same time. Yeah, that's Chris. But guess what? We got a lot of new information, a lot of interesting stuff. I wouldn't say it was like the biggest surprise we could have had, but it was a surprise that we got to see him sit down and have a live chat for literal like hours of content and stuff to break down. I was very happy that they didn't like go specific with dates or times or anything like that we've had issues with in the past. They seem to be a lot more conservative with their predictions. That's a good thing, because yeah, in the past we've had them give us predictions about, oh yeah, we're gonna have this, we're gonna see more of that. We don't want them to give us predictions bad. Predictions are just asking for bad press for the game, which means less funding, which means that hasn't really happened. The people who are going to write articles, Kotaku, are going to write articles, but the more exposure the game gets, the more the ratio of good to bad exposure is important. And so it's good that they talked a lot, but more important, good that they showed a lot of features and stuff, because the more they show us features and stuff, the more proof there is out there that, yeah, this is the stuff they've said they're going to do. This is the stuff that they actually have proved that they're doing. So yeah, I was very excited that we got as much as we did on the current content front. I really like the new EVA that is going to increase the realism. One of my biggest things that I was excited about is the new jumping and vaulting and climbing and all that. If you didn't see it, go watch it, because we're going to be able to vault things more realistically. We're going to be able to essentially fly in our fly in EVA. We're going to be able to like jump down from something and catch a ledge on our way down. We're going to be able to, basically, if you can reach something in real life, you'll be able to reach it in game and act in a more athletic, realistic manner. Speaking of athleticism, I really liked the announcement that the quote-unquote skills, mainly because they are not, it's not a level up system as such. It's not going to make it so that a brand new player won't be able to play competitively against people who have been playing for years, but it will make it so that people who have been playing, well, these fit cool, people who have been playing longer will have an edge in certain activities that they do a lot. If you practice high G-force flying, you are going to have a better resistance and ability to stay conscious in more high G maneuvers, whether that's racing, whether that's combat, which is stuff that in real life, you'll get a little bit of an edge in, you'll get a lot of an edge in real life, because even long-term professional pilots are subjected to the laws of physics. But the longer and better you practice the things like the breathing and the body flexion, and it's intense stuff to force blood into your brain when you're going through a high G maneuver, so you don't go into G lock. That is real world experience that real pilots get. And so the fact that we'll be able to improve stuff that currently is a pain when you're going through a high G maneuver and all of a sudden you red out. Well, if you're in atmosphere and you don't come back soon enough, you're gonna crash. And so I really like that that change. It's gonna make the game intense, but also really playable and realistic. And I think that they are getting close to that, at least in terms of the real world balance to fun. I'm super excited for that. Let's see, that's 2, 3. We got what? 1, 2, 2 2s, 2 3s, a 4, a 16. So I want another 4 and another 16. I'll take a Tau plus. Tau pluses are okay. I'll take an Omarov. I don't hate it. Yeah, really like the little bits of skills that you're gonna get. It's not gonna make you better at mining. It's not gonna make it so that like I forget who I was watching yesterday. It might have been Tomato. To me, it did not sound like they're gonna make it so one person can carry something and one person can't, like without a tractor beam, or if they do, it's going to be a very minor difference. I think what it's going to be is that one person will be able to move quickly or more quickly with heavier items than someone who's not. And to me, that's a good thing. That gives you a reason to do certain gameplay loops, practice more competitively, etc. Oh, I guess we're gonna go with 4 torsos. That heavy? Yeah, okay. And that's exciting to me. I don't think that having that little bit of an edge is going to be more than, because they said 1%, maybe 1 to 5%. I think that is it's gonna make a difference, but it's not going to make such a huge difference that it makes it unplayable for people who are new to the game or haven't put that time in yet. And if it's a loop that you're doing more than a little bit, you're gonna level up in those areas anyway. It's gonna help you along to have put more time into it, but it's not going to hurt you terribly if you haven't. And it'll definitely be something that, yeah, there's a little bit of a grind, but a little bit of a grind in games is good. That's it. Rewards you for putting in the time. We're not talking RuneScape here. We're not talking about hundreds of hours to get an agility shortcut or to get a level cape or something like that. And I mean, I'm sure if they decide to offer some sort of a flare item for the strongest person or whatever, it would be nice if they made the muscle models a little bit more defined on people who have their strength higher. But that's not the most important thing. But yeah, I'm excited by all of this. Let's see, we got 2 4s, 2 6s, suppressors for the snipers, suppressors for the rifles, 4 pieces of heavy torsos, 4 stone skins. I know we have plenty of tractor beams, but let's just make sure that we got here, well, vehicles that. Yeah, minor gameplay changes good, major gameplay changes not good, but overall very happy with the way that they're making the movement, both EVA and on foot, yeah, better. The first person scanning looks amazing, and the interaction changes to the way that we're gonna have the inner thought and interaction with stuff on foot looks amazing. So go back and watch that if you haven't. I know that for YouTube they're going to be splitting everything up and making it more into the segments like they showed us. That's going to change the way that we interact on foot in such a good way. And so really excited to see that. The next part that I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, the scanning makes a lot of sense. How basically if you use your scanner while you're on foot, then you're going to be also revealing your position to anyone who has a scanner in the area. So if you're in a first person tense situation, maybe don't spam your, like, you use the short ping, don't use the fully charged ping or whatever. It's a good change. It's a good change that we'll have scanning on person anyway, but yeah, any kind of radar ping that you send out also pings you out on other people's radar, so you're putting yourself out there. Is this a large Finley? Hell yeah, we're gonna drop one of these. No, we're not going to Findlay. Watch, it pops up later. Anyway, fine. Be that way. I should have grabbed a drink. Why is... Oh, my host is not online. Engines on. Fly. Speaking of flying, because I think we basically finished the first person stuff. The master modes is definitely going to take a lot to get used to, but at the same time, I really, really like... You know what? Hold on. It's going to take a while to get used to. However, I really like that they're going to add more utility to certain kinds of ships, like the QED. They're going to make it so that in a lore realistic manner, you'll still be able to fly at full speed to get around. They're not changing that. They're not going to make it so that it takes forever. The short distance quantum jumps look amazing as far as like the quantum boost. Because right now we don't have a lot of control over that. It's like you jump and you're literally locked in quantum unless you get really lucky and are able to power it down. So it looks like we'll have more control over when and where we're going with quantum. I should put those back down. Oh, up, yeah, down. We're gonna have more realism with that. I mean, realism as far as like quantum jumping, but anyway, we are going to essentially be able to jump whenever, as long as we're not being blocked. However, it will power down shields, it will power down weapons, and so you're going to have to stop any kind of activity that would break your quantum bubble. Anything exiting the quantum bubble breaks it. We're going to turn that back on. Back to F1. And so it will definitely mean that hull armor is really important, because you're going to be exposed when you're coming out of quantum and when you're going back into quantum. That doesn't bother me so much. I think that the master modes, someone was saying, oh, this is going to break racing. It won't break racing because... Oh, that's what I'm here for. I was like going through the missions. Really? Really? Go you. I. R. Anyway, I like the way that it's going to change the flight model, because yeah, it will definitely slow down combat. It'll mean that dogfights are a lot more dogfighty. It will improve short distance quantum travel. It will improve long distance quantum travel. And it will, the quantum boost will keep you engaged. This is dumb. Okay, I'm gonna back out. So apparently we don't get to refuel here today. You know what? I'm gonna leave my seat just in case. Just in case. Because I already cycled the ship. But anyway. So yeah, flight model change is good. Agility change is good. The EVA change is good. Most of the updates that we got were good. What didn't I like? Well, aside from the fact they didn't mention the 600i, Crusader ships for me are kind of hit or miss. Usually hit. They're not my favorite, but they do what they're supposed to. And so the A1 series, or the C1 and the M1, it makes sense that they would exist, considering that we have the A2, C2, M2 for the Hercules. So as far as like the naming conventions, win. The functions, win. The design, they look good. They're a little more angular than like the Hercules, but they definitely speak the Crusader design language if you compare it to and even the MSR. The MSR is a little bit of a transition because it has a lot of round edges, but it also has the angles. But they look a lot like the Ares starfighters, for example. So they're definitely in the same family. Let's see where we're going. Oh, Tressler first to refuel, because maybe it'll let us refuel there. We'll see. Should set my spawn here. I was gonna plan on doing some looting and stuff. You can fly around Microtech and do some more box looting, but I don't know if they have any mining outposts on Tressler. We could go to like Selin or something. Not Tressler, I mean Microtech. Let's see. A lot of the graphical eye candy was amazing. The new planets, the newer lighting, and like the whole Pyro skybox, love it. It's amazing. I could probably talk for a long time about it, but I'd get really Chris Robertsy about it and just repeat how awesome it looked. Oh, we were talking about the new Crusader ships. They definitely have a purpose. I actually think they're coming in at a pretty reasonable price point. They're all, I believe they're all a little cheaper than the 400i, which is kind of classic for like even the luxury one or whatever to because it's Crusader, it's not Origin. It's not going to come in with that extra executive pop, but they have a reasonable amount of cargo, a reasonable amount of firepower. They seem like, as advertised, they're coming in fairly balanced in the places where they're supposed to, and that's a good sign for every ship that they're putting out. Star Citizen in general, because it seems like they're hitting the mark more on what they're advertising. That's good, because it means that we're going to have less disappointment, less changes later on. Not to say that these obviously aren't going to change at all, but they're getting closer. And putting in ships that are more realistic, that already have a known place in game. Again, more realistic in their spaces. They're if Drake's the no frills, then they are the frills versions. Why is my landing gear not coming down? There we are. Give me fuel. Really? No service required. Let me fuel. Total amount. Capacity 0. I don't know. To me, the luxury one, the E1, seems like it. They made a big deal about the bar thing or whatever. For like luxury, it didn't ring my bells, but it did look like a very, very first class kind of Learjet airliner kind of deal. So that's probably what they were going for, a mix between pretty and utilitarian. I'm an Origin guy, so I turn up my nose at any attempts by Crusader to make luxury, but no, they look nice. They look like they fit the design language. They look like they're well put together ships that fit their roles. They're coming in at a good first Star Citizen price point. Yeah, I'm not sad at all. You know, here I'm gonna store it and pull it back out. I'll set my spawn up here that way in case I like die for some random reason. Oh, there we are. Grab. Hello, we're gonna put you on the bed because you're cute. Nice. Yes. Rotate. Let's see. No, we don't get to rotate. Oh, there we go. Click and hold. Left click and hold. There we go. Squeak. Yay. Oh, no, you're just gonna bounce around and do Finley stuff? It's alive, guys. Did we turn the engines off? I guess if we, fourth person, we did not turn the engines off. Don't do that. We'll also grab some drinks over here. I'm pretty sure we have drinks. Okay. Yeah, Crusader ship's good. I think we finished talking about those. Now we did. What else? What else did they talk about? The new engineering gameplay. If Tomato's correct, and he's usually really good on his stuff, this isn't going to affect anyone who isn't interested in min-maxing. The only things that it will basically, like, you'll need to learn a little bit about it. Oh, I was going to open up Game Glass because my tablets are like, your server's down. Can't connect to host. There we go. They're loading. Hello. So it will affect the people who are interested in min-maxing their efficiency, running a specific, like if you want to turn off most of your systems to reduce your IR signature in a non-stealth ship, or to increase your stealth in a non-stealth ship, that is definitely going to be an option. Let's see. I'm gonna claim. We have something here we can pull out. retrieve. Oh, just the Cutlass Blue. We'll claim the Pisces. And then we'll pull it. We want combat pilot. We'll wait the 30 for that. If you have something in your ship that gets hit really hard, that's where it's going to affect you. If you have that's something that you still want to be able to use, you'll be able to route power around to a different part of the ship until you can get it repaired. That really seems like the biggest change. Let's see. Oh, we have a Death's Head helmet. Yeah, we'll move some of our items onto the ship when we recall it. 30 should be close to done. Oh, shoot. There was a reason we hadn't pulled the Pisces. We had 4 boxes in it that we made yesterday. Oh, well. 2 is the max that we can realistically use and still, like, get the rover in. And I actually, I just realized I can rearrange those a little bit differently. But anyway, that's funny. No! I spent like an hour and a half yesterday making boxes, but I still have 2 of them. So, and I now have the ships that make it easy to make them. Anyway, yeah, engineering gameplay. I think it looks good. It is going to, again, increase realism, but it shouldn't make it so that every single task is so difficult that it takes you an hour to leave your ship. You'll be able to fix your MFD presets. From the engineering console, you'll be able to set up what pages the pilot has available, and how you want those to look and all that. What information your pilot and co-pilot can change from the co-pilot seats. That's all great, because it's not going to hurt gameplay that's already in game, and it will give us more options for persistent customizability. Okay, Cuddy Blue. Not floating because we turned our engines off. It looked like it'll be somewhat complex, but not overly so. We are getting horrible frames right now. Yeah, see, we had 6 of those total, and we only have 2 because we pulled the Pisces. Anyway, not the end of the world. We've kind of mastered the making and moving of them yesterday. So what we did yesterday was practice. I will pull out of the hangar and then start moving stuff. First, I'm going to refuel, because if we can't, or it doesn't make sense to load up this ship anyway. Please? No? No fuel? It might be just relogging. I might have to do that. In that case, I'll load it up here. Let's see. Yeah, so engineering, fix min-maxing, not break anything else. Engineering, fix MFDs, not break anything else. So that's really good for gameplay, for engagement, for customizability. Huge fans of that pretty much all around. What else? Yeah, I could talk for a long repetitive time about all of the graphical reworks. It looks like the HUD system is getting a really good fix, overlay, all of that. All of the HUD stuff they showed, all of the display changes that they showed, everything like that looks really good. The new AI. Again, AI is not like something that I'm super into, except that it changes the way that we interact with the universe, and so I want like believable AI, and right now it's not. I think that is all of the fancy helmets. And so, yeah, the changes that they're making, the way that the AIs are going to be thinking and responding, changing the way that they perceive, like, see and hear stuff, all good in my book. So whether they see or hear stuff, how loud they perceive it to be, yeah, that's great. Next, and that was a good video. They went into a lot of depth. That was more CR stuff. Oh, what else did they talk about? Because we've gone over like flight mechanics. What is that banging noise outside? Uh-oh. Is that Findley? Don't blow up my ship! Why are we sparking? That's the only thing that should be bouncing around in here. Yeah? No repair needed? Okay. Um, let's see. Leave and land again. That doesn't work. Go to the closest moon with the mining facility, or find open pad on station, on hangar, just a pad. Thanks. Okay, we hide F12 again. Okay, good stuff to know. Let me open up a new tab and pull up the, if I can find a good breakdown, just so that I have an outline. Oh, that was weird. There's a picture of the item that we got that has been showing as a placeholder. Oh, it's the trophy, I guess. Okay. 2952, not 42. Oh, the new Moby Glass looks amazing. They showed a little bit of that when Chris was talking. The screenshots looked really good. All the watch party stuff. There's some really cool bar citizens that went on. Hurston. So, as a proper socialist, I'm angry at the Hurstons for how they run their planet and how they treat their workers, which I think makes really engaging gameplay. I really liked the fact that they're like, oh yeah, I mean the closer we get with our kits and the breakout pieces, all that stuff, the better it is for like stuff being ready when it's ready. So like, yeah, I mean we just finished kind of gray boxing, but because of the way we do our gray boxing, like gray boxing is closer to final art, and so now basically needs final art, lighting passes, all that, and then it's ready to go. That was at least the impression that I got based on how I was listening to it. And it seems like that's from how we've seen them building out ships and stuff, and derelicts and all that. Like, it seems to be pretty close to how stuff actually works. Let's see, I guess we'll throw that in here. Any other clothing? Yeah, we'll grab our trench coat. Our Star Citizen jacket. I really like those shirts. Not that we wear a bunch of shirts and stuff, but you know, mix and match, walk around Orison or something. Yeah, the Hurston updates look really good. Looks like they're going to be giving us some great new engaging content. I wish we had seen more of the I wish we'd seen more of the ways that we'll be able to go like into buildings and around the city and stuff, because they did hint that that was what they were going to talk about, and they didn't really go into that detail. What else? But yeah, we'll be able to fly through Lorville, so that's cool. Yeah, the Corsair looks great. Happy with that. A bunch of pictures from screenshots and stuff, people's watch parties. I'm just scrolling through Twitter. I like the STV, aside from the fact that it wants to blow up. There's apparently a Finley mug that someone caught in one of the screenshots. That's adorable. Let's see. 21 hours, full contest details. Build a ship with household objects for a chance to win these things. I want to see that. It seemed like there weren't a lot of submissions on the official Facebook thread, which that was during the con, so I'm sure there are people who weren't awake then, but it ended at midnight last night for the screenshot competition thing. I apparently was not the only person who uploaded pictures of myself and my 400i watching watching the con. But yeah, whatever. Let's see. CitizenCon party. I don't know if that was the correct Twitter hashtag. Is that the one? Yeah, it was CitizenCon party and Star Citizen. Yeah, there were plenty of us who took pictures of our 400 eyes watching. I think mine looks the most interesting, and also I didn't use after party software. I literally moved it over because they said don't modify it at all. So I used a windowed mode. The only thing I did was crop it, but we'll see. Let's see. What other stuff did they go over? Yeah, more people taking pictures of the whale mug. Twitch.tv/Star Citizen. My hanger. Let me... Communities. Oh, they updated Spectrum, and or at least they were talking about upgrading. But they updated the community section of the website, the hub. So excited to see the hub updates. Wasn't able to yesterday because the site immediately crashed as soon as it went live. As one would expect, it got DDoS by hundreds of thousands of people probably, or at least thousands of people. Let's see. Oh, so I clicked on something and it took me to the hub. If you click directly on Spectrum, does it take you there? No, Spectrum still takes you to Spectrum. Okay. Community Hub looks a lot better. So I'm not sure if it... Oh, so it has live streams on Twitch TV. Does it have live streams on YouTube? That's dumb. It would be cool if it had live on YouTube as well, but, you know, because we're live on YouTube. Sign in. It still has a sign in button. And this says create a new post. Okay. Fine. Tutorials. That's cool. It's nice that they have a list of the fan-made tutorials and stuff. Let's discover. Cool. There's apparently a lot of different things, but I don't think that any of them... Yeah, they all are, I think, from like 12 hours ago. So does that mean that if I want to make a new post... Yeah, sign in. That's weird. Am I not signed in properly? Account. Yeah. Weird. Don't want to go to support. Community Hub. Sign in. We have to sign out first. Sign out. Refresh. Sign in. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, first thing, if you can't log into the community hub, then log out of your RSI account and then go to the hub and then log back into your RSI account. And that should fix it. That's how I just fixed it. Do we have weapons in here that we don't have? I guess we wanted 4 times of this type. So I guess I'll throw that in here. Sure. Dart guns. Grab a scalpel. An AO3. An Archangel. I think we already have arrowheads. We'll leave that knife. You know what? No, we'll take it. We'll grab a Theta. An EE16. An Omarov. Couple more suppressors. Gamma plus. I guess we want a 2 times holographic. An executive pistol, because why the hell not? I think that's all the utility we need. Yeah, we already have plenty of those. Sustenance, we do need. Oh, that's funny. Sure. Are we gonna die in here because we haven't had food? I'm gonna store the ship and go get myself some. Yeah. Cool. Open. What we don't want to do is like claim the ship now because it has a bunch of our cool stuff in it, and I've done that before. Oh. So think slowly and carry a big spoon or something. But yeah, let's see. The new community hub looks cool. We'll see how it works. Store, don't claim. Store, don't claim. Good. Let's go lay down in a hospital bed and or buy ourselves some drink. Yeah. Bye. Glug, glug, glug. I'll make a quick post here now that I've had a drink. I'm resubmitting my Rokuchi Master of Bots. Anyway, you can go see that now at the community hub. If you search my name, it might come up. My hub profile. Let me remove this one. Can I remove this one? Delete post. Yeah. Copy. Delete post. So it did maintain our old profile, but I'm posting it again and deleting the old one so that it gets boosted. And they did make it a lot easier to see what stuff we had already edited. Edit post. Yes, we can edit. There's submit changes. There we go. Yes. But yeah, so I'm reposting it to bump it because the old hub didn't get a lot of traffic. None of this stuff, and I posted a couple things there, got almost any views. I'll quick buy again. We'll drink another. Smash our face with this can that is still obviously closed. Quick buy double dog. Nom nom nom. It becomes a single dog when we start eating it. Cool. We were gonna set our medical here. That's funny. It's the second AI I've seen just randomly running into stuff. I have one yesterday, a short video of AI crouching and standing up, crouching and standing up. So that's funny. Transfer. Real quick, what else happened during CitizenCon? I'll look up Ask the Devs. Da, 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 da. Guevara. CitCon. Those are all old stuff. Check events, I suppose. General events. Ship model contest. Oh, we already have that open. Okay. Watch party screenshot contest and submission thread. There weren't a lot of posts. It looks like there are only 30 replies. I was going to do the pumpkin carving contest. Oh, there's a trick or treat video contest. That's something that I should actually make regular content with, because it doesn't look like a lot of people go into depth on the events. Maybe we'd get more like event engagement and stuff if someone highlighted those. So if you want me to do that, go ahead and let me know. Happy to. Ask the devs, will there be any balanced turrets to offset new speeds and capabilities? CitCon feedback, please put stairs in UGFs. Yeah. It would be nice to know the maximum life support rating of all ships. Minimap. Minimap was a really good demo too, and they showed that a lot under the talk with Chris about radar, FPS scanning, all that stuff. That was really good. Okay, we're going to retrieve. New ships, master modes, which fuel is being used exactly. Yeah. There is a regarding the Vandal mask post. Interested in reading that. Female model and rigging. That's an interesting post. Let's see, Hangar 4. Nav mesh. Could this be used to help stop players from falling through planets? That's an interesting one. I don't know if I'll go through all of these on stream, but it's an interesting, it looks like we got a CIG post for that. Ultra-wide support is broken, that's true. Hats when wearing suits and armor. Please consider renaming the Anasazi on Terra, rather. Denial of area gameplay. Okay, cool. That's as much as we're going to open up and ask the devs. Will there be any balance to turrets to offset the new speeds and capabilities? I think it's obvious the turrets are massively buffed because of the ludicrous speed and agility of fighters in the PU. So with that in mind, will the new Master Mode flight model... Is there any plan to nerf for the turrets, especially for the gimbal and auto aim? No, okay, good. Someone else responded, no, it'll be harder for light fighters to engage multi-crew ships with ships designed to deter. That's true. That is, I believe, intended. Because currently, light fighters OP. I like light fighters, but if you are in a medium ship or what? Oh shoot, are we crashing? We're crashing. Please provide steps to reproduce crash. Go into ship, access, inventory, then Moby, class, in rapid. I think that's what happened. Session. Relaunch. See how Crash Handler supported that. It would be really nice if I didn't, you know, lose my stuff, but it was on the pad. Yeah. So, turrets. Not getting, buffed. I like this one. Regarding the Vandal Mask, I've not read any news about this reward coming up for grabs in the future, but I hope it does and would ask you, the devs, whoever made these decisions, to put this particular reward into something everyone gets. When it was a reward for PvPs, it was well known that most claimed the item by an easy exploit, and that should make it a community item in my opinion. You can literally go grab it right now. Oh, this was made older. I'll read my response so that you guys are not being left out. So this guy said CIG should never have introduced item exclusivity in the first place. It was a poor move, especially with the quote, everything will be available in game clause. They should have saved exclusivity for things like forum badges. I said, I don't know. I think that those who initially got it should get a special version or a title or something, because some people really put a lot of effort into it. Killing 50 unique players wasn't a small task, and the number of people who exploited it shouldn't devalue that for players who worked their asses off for it. Yeah, item exclusivity, I'm fine with it. I'm an old RuneScape player. That was just something that we dealt with. Let's go. Hopefully we didn't lose our stuff again from a crash, but you know. So this person actually, it makes a lot of sense. They aren't asking for a height slider, which is something that would make it difficult for CIG to make the animations match. They're just asking for the ability to have a short and a tall version of both male and female characters. And that way, all they have to do is essentially change the model skin. Because, yeah, that there are taller females and shorter males. I think they need a non-binary option, and I'm not joking or being facetious. My partner and 3 of my siblings are non-binary, so yeah, I think having an in-between space for people who don't necessarily match gender norms are a good thing. You know, just like not gender locking features.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Oh, good, it stored it. Claim? Where am I?
Please visit us again.
Fort Tressler. The hell?
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I'm gonna record that. It says stored.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, and I guess I'm just not gonna play with that ship for a little bit. Opening up issue cancel. Why am I streaming and recording? That's gonna take up a lot of space on my hard drive. I guess I should claim my 600. Get that started. 600 file claim. Go do some stuff in that.
Thank you.
Oh, he's talking about the Kovalex mission. That's not a bug.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
He was saying that he couldn't store the Kovalex thing. Let me search issues. I'm looking for stored claim. Storage ship needs to be claimed. 5+ occurrences. Oh, I've already contributed to that issue. Here's another one. Confirmed since August 23, 2022. Under investigation. Contribute, yes. Evidence, upload file. No, won't let me. Okay, I guess I have to paint it, paste it into Paint. That's a pretty damn good screenshot, if I do say so myself. X Halo 13X. Game version 3.17.3. Yep, so this is 18 out of 22. I don't know who said this wasn't a bug. Oh, duplicate, yeah. It's different. Can't store ship after landing. This is also different. This is a distinct but similar bug, possibly with the same root cause. So, the issue that this person said was a duplicate was can't store ship after landing. Land ship on pad, go to terminal, unable to store, only option is to claim. That's not ship can't be claimed. Stored ship at her L1, return to call the ship but discover it has to be claimed in order to call it. So very different than the one that is actually a duplicate. Store ship at Grim Hex, log out, log in, try to take out a storage ship will appear at Grim Hex but need to be claimed. Storage ship has to be claimed, which is the one I just reported. The other one who said it was a duplicate and was also wrong was file ship claim for no reason, and that's the one I reported. Had items stored on the inventory. Ship was not destroyed and was berthed at a station, unable to retrieve, and must file a 1-day claim. If claimed, all items in inventory will be gone. Ship was not missing or destroyed. It was properly docked. Should have been able to retrieve the ship without the issue and without having to file a claim. So slightly different, but different. What are we at?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
600 eyes. Expedited. We still have 3 minutes on that. Okay. So AI nav mesh, could this be used to stop players from falling through planets too? Maybe it could be set that if the system senses a player falls through the planet, crosses the minimum terrain height, then they could be teleported back to the surface at the nearest mesh location. It might serve as a soft reset, preventing players from losing everything. Just a thought for you guys. Jens said, oh no, someone else first said, no, but the NPC falling through it with you. Jens CIG says, yes, probably not generating a full AI nav mesh, but using the underlying techniques to better guess about how to recover a player that's gone into an unrecoverable position. We tend to see more reports where players got stuck in geometry over tunneling through the ground or floor, so the current focus is improving the ground collider, making more of the terrain traversable for the player. Still needs a pumpkin carve.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Still waiting. I've seen Joe Dredd before. He's the only one on the server that I've seen before. Okay. That's funny. Ha. For the CitizenCon save the date. Someone said, what time? And someone responded, they don't do times. Okay, make sure that we got it. So the Planetary Pyro, it's pretty. Design brief, investigation. So the new quests, I really like how those are set up. Shoot, I'm sorry, I've had my stream hidden. Has anyone chatted? No one has chatted. Boo on y'alls. The design brief, the investigations. It seems like they are, instead of creating more railroady missions, like they are actually going to expand on like subjective analysis and the actually having to think about different kinds of missions and stuff instead of just like, oh, go grab this, do this. If they can pull that off, that's going to make for amazing and engaging quests, which is cool. People won't be able to grind out quests, but you know, New underground. They didn't go into a lot of detail on that, but it looked pretty. Oh, I guess yeah, the underground facilities. Yeah, I mean more spaces to do more things. Looked pretty. Looked a lot better than the current ones do. More engaging environments. Yeah, that was good. Um, we talked about the speeds. We talked about Lorville. It's pretty. Power play. We talked about that. Talking ship. Yeah, pretty much that's CitCon. I really enjoyed it. I thought that again the talks with Chris Roberts were both engaging as far as content, at least for the beginning. And even when it wasn't exactly engaging, we got a lot of good information. And it probably reminded everyone why small condensed doses of Chris are best for getting useful information, because otherwise he starts to ramble and makes people like Disco Lando's life more difficult. But overall, it was good to see from him. Proof of Life was nice, and the updates that we got on Squadron 42 show that it's come a long way, I think. I would say, and call me in a year if I'm wrong on this, but I think we are at least a year from announcement, if not a year from release. Because I don't know, to me the wanting to keep it under wraps kind of signals to me that they are more likely to be ready to start hyping it. The clips of it that we saw seemed really well developed, and the fact that they've been concentrating a lot of their dev time on it for like what, going on a year at least, if not a year. And like, yeah, we're getting some content in game, we're getting some new stuff, but like the ratio of in-game content to out of game content is awesome. I guess we're gonna go looting. It would have been nicer to take a smaller ship. I do not have a 400i in game yet. How much money do I have? I think it's like 5 mil. I have 2.6. Maybe another month of in game. That's doable. But yeah, we got a lot of great stuff with Chris Roberts, from the mini map to the FPS scanning to the oh joy, mini map, FPS scanning, navigating in space and on the ground. So complete rework to EVA, complete rework to jumping and all that. Comlink. AI rework, all that stuff was really good. And it took them forever to get to the videos that they were playing to demo it. But in general, like, what they showed us was great. Come on. Come on! Fine. I'm gonna put a helmet on. How about that? I guess since the weapons and stuff that we loaded up are gone, we might as well grab some new ones. EE16, a Tau 4. We want the 3 times reflex. We want the Gamma 3 if we have one. I don't know if we have one. Well, we have a scope for 1, 2, I guess we'll put an 8 times in here. We want a suppressor 2 and a suppressor 3. That's those are both 3s. Okay, so one for each of the sniper rifles, and then one for the AP4. Do we not have any of our nice scopes? Did we put the, oh, there we go. There's one. Our executive pistol. Throw a dart gun in here. Hour. Yes, hour, because I'm a commie. I'm actually a socialist, not a communist, but hey. Helmet. We better have at least one more. I was positive we did. Way over here. Yeah. Not like we took all of our cool helmets and put them on the Cuddy Blue. Not at all. Sigh. Guess that one's cool. Oh, literally all of the cool helmets that we found were on the Cuddy Blue. Clothing, sustenance, all of our cool clothing. All of the helmets that aren't stored at PO right now, because that's where we were taking them. And I did everything I could to not claim this ship. Like, aside from crashing to desktop, nothing went wrong. But, you know, it's Star Citizen. Come on, give me a heavy torso. Really? None? Custom. We want 4 and backpacks. There we go. This will take a Pembroke backpack. Here's a Novikov. I don't remember. Novikov. Okay, hide the core. Give us the backpacks. Is that also heavy? Yeah. Give us some legs. Like, no. Sure. Oh, we won't be able to wear heavy backpacks and stuff in seats because in the new EVA changes, all of the EVAs are, rather, all of these suits are going to be different. So if you want to do a spacewalk, you'll have to do a space suit that is EVA equipped. If you want to do various other kinds of activities, you are going to have to be in an appropriate ship. I don't need to mess with these yet because I'm flying. CitCon was cool. Since you probably weren't here at the beginning of this stream, I tried to get in on that after party race. I got all the way there and then blew up because it's Star Citizen. The new STV is a really cool little vehicle, but it likes to pop. And I am getting hungry. But anyway, it was good streaming with you guys. I might get back on later, but I'm gonna get off stream for now. Take care. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like the content, and have